Test 1, 2. Mute. Live chat. Return key. Yesterday I didn't get a chance to play it as long. I guess I'll turn this back down. I went and mowed my parents' front yard and backyard of the old house. And then I vacuumed. Gosh dang it. I mowed our front yard. Surprisingly, it only took like, I don't know, hour and a half, something like that, whatever. And yeah, that went well. Got that done. We went and ran an errand. Oh, we went and, I wonder if I can find the thing of it. We went to this one shop, little, bin store, like an Amazon bin store, kinda. I don't know if it's exactly what it was, but anyway. Sarah's telling me, so somehow she convinced me to go. Which she didn't convince me to go. She'll tell me she wants to go someplace. Well, we don't have to go. And I'm like, no, it's fine. We'll go. Like, I don't want to go, but we'll go. Let's see if I can find this. So we went and did that. Actually, we went and had some lunch at Chick-fil-A, which was interesting because I don't know when the last time was that I ate at Chick-fil-A. But we went and ate there. Then we went to this bin store, and a lot of it's just, I don't want to call it junk because some of it you go, oh, that's exactly what I was needing, you know. But a lot of it's kind of just junk. But Sarah told me there was a transformer there. I'm like, yeah, it's not going to be there anymore. If it's something cool, it's not going to be there anymore. But this is what I picked up. I don't know if you can see. Yeah. It's kind of hard to see because it must reflect. Wait, let me turn this all the way down. See if that works better. Oh, yeah, there you go. Looks a little bit better. There you go. It's a 3D, like a 3D puzzle of Optimus Prime. And it was $8. We looked them up online, and let's see if I can find it. Shopping. Well, this shows at Walmart for 20 bucks. I don't think that's right. Let me look, because if that's how much it is. Oh, no, that's not the same thing. That's just Optimus Prime. Do they have other ones like this, though? I have to look that up. Yeah, let me see if I can find the one. Well, this one shows it's Optimus Prime, and he's got the trailer. It looks like it's the same thing, and it says $37. So, yeah, no, this looks like it's the same one. Anyway, but here's, let me show you this part of it. That's the sheets that come with it. And it's kind of silvery. But I mean, the sheets are like this big. And I thought we saw it somewhere that was like $100 bucks, maybe not. But anyway, it was $8, and I was like, yeah, why not? You know, I figured it was going to be kind of a little cheapy little puzzle thing, but I thought, well, for $8, why not? This is not that. It's really cool. I started putting together the base part of it, and I was like, this base is really big. And Sarah was like, holy crap, like, and she was apologizing, like, I didn't realize it was going to be that. And I was like, baby, don't apologize, because even if I knew it was going to be that big, I still would have gotten it. but we're like, we're not. I don't know where we're going to put it. Well, luckily, on the other side of this monitor is my printer and like a desk dresser looking credenza thing that I got the printer on. And I was like, well, I can put it on that, and it actually fits perfect. So, or it's going to fit perfect because I had finished putting it together. But it's pretty cool. Anyway, so we did that. Then went to my parents' new place and visited, and my friend Richard came up with his family, and that was just fantastic. They got him a card that said, "Welcome to your new home." Everybody signed it. My mom was in a good mood. She came out of the bedroom part, and came out and sat and visited and everything. I mean, she didn't say too much, but she's always kind of quiet like that anyway, but she actually did pretty good. And, we kind of gave them a quick tour. They opened up their present. Like I said, my friend Richard got my mom a little smelly hand soap dispenser thing. That's plastic rather than the glass one that my sister got my mom. So ridiculous to get her a big, heavy glass one. Got that. They got her a little plant, I guess it's some kind of a lily type plant. A little thing that you stick into the plant that has like a little crystal thing on it, really pretty, just really nice of them to get them that. And then we went into the game room, whatever area that they have there, where they can go and you can play Connect 4 and little games, Monopoly or whatever, stuff like that. And just chatted for an hour. It was great. Oh, what's up here? Yeah, it was a great visit, and my mom actually even went in.
Should be a cache of dream willow up there.
She even ate in the dining room. It was getting time for dinner, and we were like, well, we'll go ahead and take off, and you guys, do your dinner and all that stuff. Nope. But she actually ate in the dining area, which she very rarely does at all. So that was great to see. Oh, that's where I need to go, but I need to go up here to get to it. But yeah, it was a great visit. So glad that my buddy Richard and his family came to visit. It was just fantastic. It was so nice. But we got a lot done yesterday. Full Friday and yesterday, we got a lot of stuff done, so it's great.
And one of these.
Okay, it looks like I have to go up on this thing, but then... Oh, can I get up on that? Okay, what am I missing? There we go.
No dream willow.
That's
Just a
it.
few shards. wonder what's down here.
Oh, the flower.
This isn't a cave. It's a ruin.
The ruins are pretty cool to explore, especially when you are able to get the armor. Oh, there it is right there. Ultra weed armor.
But how do I get to it?
Unfortunately, you can't get to it right away.
Red light. I'm not getting in.
But here...
Haven't seen one of these since these devices are missing power cells. I'll have to find power cells to get these to work.
So no power cells in here. No, ma'am. I guess I have to go out through there. Hang on, Winnie might be going out to bark again. Is there not a way out of here?
I think the old ones use numbers like this to indicate time.
Oh, right, you have to move these things to that, like the first one's going to be 1200, second one's going to be 1500, and so forth. Which is really just north, east, west, south, you know. Question is, how do I get out of here? Okay, I guess I do have to go out this way. Western? I don't see any handholds. Guess I could fast travel out of here, but oh, there we go. Okay, cool. Let's go here.
My focus is receiving another signal.
Ancient vessel. Which is just that. It's a cup. This coffee's really good. I drank one of them. Was it Friday? I think it was Friday, because Friday we went and got groceries, and Sarah got me 2 of those. I was like, okay. And I drank one of them in one day. That can't be good, I'm sure.
Now they're hunting me. I need this.
It seems like only yesterday you were an outcast, and now you are seeking.
Lots of machines. All controlled. Maybe the war chief left something behind. Lenora managed to take down a crafter. They sent a stampede of them down the slope. But not before the killers used it to send the other machines against them.
Brave! Let us speak! The dead and wounded all cleared away. Are there no more braves or healers here?
Just me.
I didn't. It's madness out there. War Chief I'm no good to her like this.
Varl told me that the war chief...
We followed their trail, but again, my wounds started to slow me down.
So, you were here when the war party was ambushed?
I was. I thought after the proving there could be no darker day, but I was wrong. The war chief was delayed gathering the rear guard. Eager for revenge, the braves in the lead fell into the trap. Dozens lost in minutes.
Varl sent me to look...
All I can tell you is where we look to the rise, but may all Mother Lane...
Okay. mission's way the heck over here. Let's go, let's go here. I love my little mug. This is the same mug. What's the brand? I can't read the brand. Anyway, this is like a Swiss brand. Oh wait, I can read it like. I can read it through the mug. Bodum. Oh, wait a minute, they have it on Amazon? Wait a minute. Yeah, here we go. They make French presses and glasses and stuff like that. Anyway, these mugs, they use them in Star Trek Next Generation. It's the same kind Picard used to drink from. His tea, Earl Grey hot. Let's see if they actually have them on Amazon. I bought a set of 4 cups and a French press thing. It was a set. And I gave one, I think one of them broke, and I gave one to Richard and one to Claire. I don't know if they still have theirs, but I still have mine. And I'm pretty sure you have to, like, you know, you don't want to use it on the dishwasher and stuff like that. So I just used my one. Well, they got a bunch of stuff in here, but let's see, brands, Bodum, glass for the material, and we're looking for they may not even have them. I think it's a Swiss company or something. Hang on, 3, and then one more page. I think you may only be able to get them on eBay. eBay. Mug. Oh, here's. So they sell on eBay this, but it doesn't look exactly like this because they're taller and this little band here is wider. But it does say Bodum glass, tea/coffee, mugs, Captain Picard. That's fantastic. But that's not the glass he used on the show. It's close, but it's not the same one. It is the same brand. Let's see. Oh, here's one of them. $45. It says Star Trek prop, but it's no, you can't say. I mean, certainly not screen used. Here's the coffee press, $36. Oh, wait, hang on. Oh, it's in Denmark is where it's at. Okay, here's somebody who has them for, looks like 5 of them. The handles are brown though, so it's not right. The handles need to be black, not brown. Anyway, so they're hard to... Oh, here's 2 of them for $42. Plus $15 delivery. That's a little ridiculous. So finding these exact ones is not easy. Oh, here's a set of 2. It says Star Trek on it, $54. Good lord. Here's 1 for $28 plus $6.50 delivery. So yeah, you can find them, but they're not easy to find, and they're crazy, stupid expensive. Let's go look at this Vantage.
Good. I can use this.
I think I need to go up here.
I found a vantage point. Wonder what it used to be.
A bucket shitstorm tour, day 2. My father guest lectured here. A 300-level military history course on the age of human air power. Might as well have been teaching medieval siege tactics. I was 8 when he died.
Oops.
Keep that for later.
Oh geez, I didn't see this guy here.
Clever. soaked from melted snow.
See these old ruins like this is so cool. Let's see. Okay, over this way. I love how you can be running and make your stuff at the same time. I don't really want to do the little trial things.
Scrabbling a bit.
They can be fun, but sometimes that's a little like, I don't care.
Brew that up later. where it ends.
Okay, oh geez, I have hardly anything. Let me sell some stuff here. No. I don't guess I ever needed that for anything. And like, necklace I don't need, but the eye, I think I use it for stuff. Oh yeah. I love the look of that suit.
Probably going to need it.
Nice.
I spoke to Kren. He told me...
Poor Kren. Not the best. You bear the mark. You have the matriarch's leave to come...
Yes, but I would have gone even with...
Is that so? I represent an organization. Just the kind of just to be clear, though, I'd appreciate it if you can.
You're not supposed to be.
No. My friend and I left the sacred land and returned. The matriarchs wouldn't approve, to say the least. We're hunters at heart. Left because we wanted to find new herds and new machines. But the Carja, after a while,
You think it'll work?
I'm not sure.
Tell me about
The Hunter's Lodge.
What do I get? What kind of?
Hunting.
What is the hunt?
It's a group. You can see it. Pick one of these. Take your pick. Test your skill with bow and arrow by shooting parts off the backs of grazers.
Sure.
I like that one. Slide down a rope and I'll start timing.
Fight or run? Keep quiet now.
How'd you? First time, and you win a blazing sun. You're good,
Cool.
even for Nora. Which tools trial? This trial tests your ability to use the environment to your advantage. Remember, you can use explosions from your blast sling to scare machines into fleeing where you want them to go. Can't wait to see what...
Here we go.
remember how to make these things fall. Oh, there you go.
Calm, calm.
Where'd all the other things go?
Here they come.
Where'd all the other the herd? Where'd the herd go? Looks like they completely cheesed off. Forget it. I'm not going to get this one.
These will keep.
Oh, here they go. Here. no way I completed that in time.
You won a full sun on your first try. Improve on your time, and you could win the blazing. This trial, remember. Hope you enjoy it.
Okay,
Low and quiet does it. Let's do this.
damn it.
I can get out of this. All right, new plan.
I don't know if I get the thing or not, but...
I thought they'd go on forever.
You did it! That was very exciting.
Well, no, I want the... Dang it. I think I need to look it up to see... Let's see.
I have to go.
I'll be here.
So I guess I do need the sling. But I want the blast sling. So let me sell... that, a good amount of those. So this one just has blast. I'll just do this one. Okay, so this person was saying fire a shock bomb. Well, let's do this. Easier to just watch a video. So this person's going down the main thing, right? And then using a tear blast, okay. And then going along here. Okay, well that person didn't do too hot, but...
Would you like... This trial... That's a good one.
Okay.
They're scanning for me.
Oh, they're going to the other one.
I'll do what I have to.
That should do it. It was a matter of seconds on that one. Nice thing is this is you're getting a lot of metal shards and blaze and all that stuff, so that's good.
These blazing sun marks.
There. Now blast
Use
wire.
your blast wire and Carja tripcaster to bring down Braves. I'll be timing you. Explosions scare them, so you may want to use your blast sling to drive. Perfect.
Okay. Ooh, level 18. Hang on. I want to get this one too. Oh, maybe I'll just save because I can get that one next. Okay. Nice. Oh yeah, let's increase this one. There we go. Okay, so now I need to use this. Now I know where they end up going every time, so let's go over here.
Out of range.
Shit. Shit, where'd they go?
Just stay out of the way for
There we go. Ooh, all suns. Yay. Yay me. Trophy earned. Got it. Okay, I'm out of here. Oh wait. Yeah, getting these trophies is... It can be fun and challenging. On the second game I tried it and I was like, I don't want to do this. It's kind of aggravating.
How do you... You have everything you need to enter the Hunter's Lodge. Good.
Okay, questions? Hunter's Lodge?
What is the Hunter's
It's a group of... You've already... Ready
Oh.
to choose your...
I should go.
Come back when...
Okay. Nice. Oh, level 19 already. Well, then I'm doing this right here. Now I can pick up... I can change out the weapons coils and stuff too. Excellent. That's really helpful for when I'm doing this. I can go like, oh, let me take this, let me remove this. Like, okay, 25% fire, what can I get that's better? Oh, this one. There we go. Okay. Now. Time's at 8:15. I'll probably stop playing at 9. Oh. Well, no, I've already talked to the keeper. What are you talking about?
Looking forward to another run.
No.
Time for me to head out.
I'll be here.
Come on, then. The Brave Trail. Should be a cache of Dream Wheel up there. No Dream Wheel. Just a few shards.
Oops.
There's no Dream Wheel in these caches. Feel want to know. My focus is receiving another signal.
Oy.
I have 3 sons. Now they'll let me inside the Hunter's Lodge. Well, let's see how that turns out. This must be the rise Sona's runner told me about. The war chief stopped here. So where did she go next? That old bow has seen a lot of action. They must have taken a moment to rest. No one would have left it willingly. Sona's taken losses. Couldn't have been easy, going on after the ambush. Arrow shards. Braves were collecting ammunition here. Dressings for wounds. The runner wasn't the only one who got hurt. Might be a blood trail I could follow. I should try my focus. tracks. Boots and blood. Looks like Sona and her braves headed for that ridge. A dead sawtooth. Maybe Sona took it out. She could be close.
Okay.
You're lucky I happened by. One heartbeat more, and that sawtooth would have torn you apart.
I would have been fine.
Half a heartbeat more and I would have killed it myself. So you're War Chief Sona? Varl asked me to find you.
Has he held the gate?
He has, bravely. I saw him kill a corrupted machine himself. But he worries for you.
Our tribe needs... Show me then. The killers are just across this ridge, digging the cursed earth. The sin of the ancients is buried in that soil.
She's, this lady's way too
I
angry.
know of them. I killed one at Mother's Watch.
A bold claim. I wonder if you'll live up to it.
It's like, nobody can be that angry for that long.
I'll tuck that away.
Hours ago, I sent braves into hiding in the trees below. On my signal, they'll attack. The enemy and their demonic machines outnumber us, but we will have fury on our side.
We could have more than that.
Explain.
That's Blaze. What we used to burn, they used to blast. It's how they dug out this pit.
So we put fire to it and then?
Boom.
Then let us begin.
Whoa, wait. Let's not rush. Give me some time to make an approach. If I end up alerting them, open fire.
All right. Let's see what you can do.
No ammo.
Oh, it's a good guy.
I'll strike you down! Oh, Mother won't help you now! This wasn't all the killers. I counted if I have to.
You're hurt.
My health is not...
She's right, War Chief. Give your wounds time to close.
Val! What are you doing?
And so I did. I left the gate...
Maybe...
Do as you wish.
Mother...
She's kind of terrible.
Commanders, over the past month, accidental blaze explosions have killed 12 men. Here in the Ring of Metal, I've taken the precaution of placing our entire stockpile in a covered shelter, safe from stray sparks and lightning. And I've posted guards to control access. I urge you to take similar measures, or suffer the consequences. Supply Master Thran, out.
A blaze stockpile inside their base. Sabotage that, and we win. More rain. My boots will get damp. I found something.
Damn them.
There's no time for...
Blood spilled...
You devil's grief.
Sounds like a plan.
Aloy, thank you.
Fresh as it comes. Another signal. God, I found this. Varl spoke of a bandit camp and some metal ruins. That must be the place there. Best keep an eye out around here. Again.
Where's the... Oh, it's somewhere around here.
Good for an old remedy. Something nearby is sending that signal. A tall neck. Looks just like Ross described. The signal must be coming from its head. I need to get up there.
Well. Maybe I'm supposed to get to the tall neck first and then get up there. But no, that just doesn't. No, that's not. Doesn't make sense. I don't think I meant to jump from there to there. That's too far. I don't see anywhere else to. Hey, Easter, what's going on, man? It's been so long since I played this game, I forget how to do things. I know it's... Is it up here maybe I need to get up to?
You're alert.
Oh, nice. I've had my coffee. It's this Starbucks. It's really good, and I've almost drank the whole thing. I need to not drink the whole thing because it's a lot. It's a lot of calories, but it's also just a lot of caffeine and stuff. Actually, it says there's only 3 servings in the container, so it's not, you know, it's a lot of sugar though. Good Lord, it's a lot of sugar. They need to make that like sugar-free or something. It is so good, dude. Oh my God. I know some people hate on Starbucks as a company, and I get it. It's fine. I mean, you know, some people hate on Apple, people hate on Microsoft, people hate on any and every company out there. People always hate on, and it's fine. I'm like, yeah, but that coffee is really good. I love these tall necks. These things are cool. So that little part right there, that's what I'm going to jump on. Okay.
Okay, time to climb up to its head.
Up. And up. Up. And override.
Just a little longer, then I'll leave you to your wandering.
So this unlocks a lot of the map. Trophy earned first tall night.
And sends what it sees to other machines.
So now when I go to the map, it unlocked that, and then it unlocked all this crap here. I want to get to this thing. Oops. Vantage. So I can rappel down or I want to get to that vantage, so let me see if I can get over there from this thing. I think this goes by there, but it doesn't get close enough, so rappel down. Nice. So I got that data link thing there. Oh no! Wait, hang on. Since I had to buy a new PC, I picked up a desktop, and now it seems like I'm transitioning to PC game. Oh, nice, dude. That's cool. Are you going to get Breakpoint on PC so you can? Oh, you already did, didn't you? Because you had some modifications going, didn't you? I remember. Let's see. Yeah, that's right. When you were playing Breakpoint, I was wondering, I was like, wait. I was sitting there going, wait, you can't do mods on Breakpoint on PS5. I was like, wait a minute. Let's do this one. Okay, so I gotta get up there. Or maybe I need to get up here to look over there. It's a good thing you don't need a tetanus shot in this game because you kind of do. I don't remember. Do I need to get up there? Oh, here we go. Some of these little markers where you're supposed to be able to jump up are kind of hard to see. Which is good, you don't want it to be too easy. Oh, that's cool. I like whenever it's a mod that's like nothing that breaks the game, right? That's kind of cool. I like when it's just like, oh, that's not the way to go. I like when it's just kind of like cosmetic type stuff. Because you don't want it to like make the game where it's too easy and stuff. Oh, hell, I guess I gotta jump back down there again. Oops. Here we go. Here's the bandage.
I'd have to ditch something.
There it is. Colorado Springs.
A pocket shitstorm tour day 4. It's hard to believe Metallurgic International used to be headquartered in this dreary old ziggurat. Wyatt's office was on the 2nd floor from the top.
Aha, rappel down. I love that she rappels down like that. That's too cool. I'm such a sucker.
But who won? Rave arrows in these machines must have caused a stampede. These machine tracks lead into the ruins, along with human footprints.
I'm such a sucker for a female protagonist, you know? Like, you know, undervalued, underestimated and everything, and then she comes back and kicks butt. I love it. Like, the Aliens franchise with Ripley, this game, hell, even Serenity with River, and all that. Like, I love it. Well, where's... almost time for me to take off.
You can run due west. You'll be out of the ruins in no time. What key are you? I can't outrun a dog to the sky. Killers are here. Someone still there? There?
I know how to override a sawtooth, if I can get in close.
Is that what we want to do?
Someone still there?
Oh, no, I didn't change the gaming room. Did I show you what my room looks like now? You should check it out. Hang on. I don't know if I sent you these pictures. So I got a whole new desk put in. Not as I put in like I hired somebody to do it. No. I got my friend Richard to help me go and pick up this new desk. And like everything's really the same as far as the camera is looking. But here, I'll send you a picture. Hang on a second. Yeah, it's these. yeah, these 4 photos and this one. Hang on, I'll send them to you via Facebook. So yeah, I found this desk on Amazon, or not Amazon, Facebook Marketplace a while back. I've been looking for a desk that has the return, like an L-shaped desk, but still has the hutch and stuff. Where are you? Where are you? Check it out. There we go. Yeah. So yeah, it's I got the return. They call it a return, but it's basically just like an L-shaped desk. And the hutch is on this side of the desk, but the hutch normally would go on this side of the desk. But I wanted the L on this side, and so it's a fantastic, like, solid wood, like, most of the desks you get like at, say, Office Depot, they're nice desks, but they're kind of particle board, and they're those ones that has like they have Allen wrenches to put them together and stuff, and they're fine, but they're just not, they're not super. They're not gonna last that long. Although I guess my last desk lasted quite a bit. But anyway, this one I saw on Facebook Marketplace. It was $90 US, and I was like, well, that thing looks amazing. I mean, it's just exactly what I was wanting. It's not kind of this cookie cutter. Everybody's got one that looks just like it. It has the spaces I want. Like, the hutch part is great. Everything was perfect. I was like, it's $90. But I was like, wait, I need to go and pick it up though. So I got in touch with U-Haul. And U-Haul, I was able to rent a 10-foot van, box van, like box truck, and that was a total of like $130. Oh yeah, no, I've always had 2 monitors, but I don't. This monitor that I'm playing on right now, I push it up and up out of the way. You can see the little armature, so that way I can kind of, when I'm not using it, it can be up and out of the way. That was the other thing. The old desk, I didn't have to move this arm because the arm is like bolted into the 2x4 of the exterior wall of the house. So I was like, cool, I don't have to move that, which is great because there'd be huge holes in the wall. I'd have to patch them and everything. But yeah, it was only $90 for the desk. And so I rented a U-Haul van, asked my buddy Richard, I was like, hey, do you want to come with me and go pick up this desk? And he's like, yeah, sure. So we went and got this U-Haul truck, and the U-Haul truck was great, super easy to drive. And I think this person was like maybe 20 minutes away, not too far at all. And we disassembled the desk because it's obviously there's no way you could take this in one piece, or even 2 pieces, or even 3 pieces. So it all comes apart, unscrewed it, unbolted it, whatever, piled it up into the U-Haul, brought it here. I still have pictures of the progress of putting this desk together. I can send you those too. But yeah, it was only $90, $130 for dude, it is very heavy. But it's heavy, but like heavy duty, because it's not particle board. It's actually solid wood and everything. Yeah, dude, it's great. See if I can find. Yeah, here, I'll send you these other photos. Let me see. Let me see. I'm going to take these. And see, here's me and Richard picking up the desk. Let's see, here's pieces of the desk. And then here's as we're put it together. Sarah took some pictures of me putting together the pieces here. There. It was right in the middle of getting my parents moved to their new assisted living location, so it was I kept thinking, I don't know if I want to do this because we had so much other stuff going on. But Sarah was like, no, you should get it because you've been wanting to get a new desk with the L thing and all that stuff. She was very much like, yeah, no, you should get it. And I'm glad she kind of insisted. Yeah, here we go. I'll send you these. There we go. Oops, sent it twice. But yeah, it was quite a bit to figure out how it came apart because the owners of this house, they were people moving from this really pretty two-story house. It was a really nice house, and they weren't home. I had told them when I was coming and what time, and they're like, yeah, cool, no problem. And then the morning of, I said, hey, should be there in about 45 minutes or whatever it was. And they're like, oh, we may not be able to be back in time, but the door is open, so just go ahead. And we're like, okay, sure. So the door was open. They actually had some packages outside, so it worked out. We brought their packages in for them. And it was right there in the front bedroom. It's like a office kind of area there in this house. And we kind of just had to figure out, like, how are we going to take this apart? And, oh, here's a screw. Here's another bolt. Here's a screw. And we're able to figure out how to pull it apart and loaded it up. And he helped me unload it here, and I was like, all right, dude, I'll let you can take off. I don't want you to have to stay too long. And me and Sarah put it together and got all the electronics hooked back up, all the cords, power, and everything, and then rearranged this bedroom a little bit. I moved the white shelf was over here. I moved it over here. This shelf, I moved it over so that way this chair could be moved over. Just modified the room just a little bit. And man, I'm so glad. Oh yeah, that's the... Wait, hang on, I gotta look at what you just said. Oh yeah, yeah. This side, the left side, is like the main kind of desk, really, and and the whole top comes off. And yeah, it's pretty heavy duty. It's like, I don't know, maybe 40 pounds, something like that. Yeah, luckily this desk was not upstairs. It was downstairs in like the front office kind of area. They even had like double doors, like an office thing. But dude, it's such a fantastic desk, and it's got this like a drawer here, a drawer over here, a little keyboard drawer here, which I don't really use for keyboard. But I was able to put my little light, my little LED little light that I had on the other desk. I was able to put that right there. All my transformers fit. I got plenty of room for, I even still have, I don't know why, but I still have my iPad mini. I think that it's probably out of power, but I should do something with this because it's only 16 gig. But to me, the iPad mini is such a perfect size. Anyway, but yeah, everything fits in the desk, and yeah, you're right. It will probably outlast me. This thing is awesome. And it had a little bit of damage on one of the screws, like where it bolts in. But I was like, oh, well, all I have to do is like kind of rethread it, sort of. It's kind of hard to explain, but it was no big deal at all. Everything else was in perfect shape. There's some scratches and nicks and stuff, but it just adds to the character of the desk. Because my old desk, since it was like particle board and like a laminate over the particle board, if it got damaged, well, now you can see the particle board or something. So that didn't look so good. This desk looks amazing, even with all its nicks and stuff. So yeah, I'm so glad Sarah kind of insisted on us getting it, Got it. Oh, this thing's about to run out, isn't it? Yeah, dude, that's exactly what happened with my old desk. Like, the front of the, like where you actually have the desk and like you can, you know, do your main work, whatever, the front of it started peeling. And I was like, well, how do I, and what would happen is I'd put my arm on the front and it would pull away and then it would pinch me. And I was like, man, that's no good. So I was trying to like put stuff over it. It just looked terrible. In fact, we still had the old desk. Sarah put it on Facebook Marketplace as like free, come pick it up. I have a feeling we're probably gonna have to like slowly pull it apart and trash it. But yeah, this one, I mean, $90 for this desk. It was a steal. I think the reason why they were asking so little is because they weren't going to deliver it anywhere, right? So like, if you want to buy it, you have to come and get it, and you have to disassemble it and the whole deal. So yeah, and my old desk was fine. It was okay, but I was like, it's like 10 years old or however old it was, and particle board, and you know, it was okay. It wasn't falling apart or anything. It just looked bad. And I'm like, this one looks way better. I've got more room. I got more space. I got this cabinets down here that have little things to them. Other little drawers here, you know, for stuff. So yeah, it's much better. I'm very glad with it. And I'm very glad, like I say, that Sarah kind of insisted on, no, you should get it. You've been wanting a new desk, and you should get one. Well, oh, there they go. Oh, you know what? I might have to take this guy out in order for these guys to come down. Well,
Spotted.
there we go.
Safe to come out yet? You're that brave who was outcast.
Your friend Den told me to...
The sawtooth ripped our packs from us. Thank you so much for destroying it.
I didn't. At least...
We'll go back on our own. Don't take this the wrong way, but...
Okay, cool. Oh, here we go. I can go and return this mission real quick. Oh, no, I can't. Never mind. Let's see. What time is it? It's already 9 o'clock. I need to go ahead and jump off. Let me go... mean, this campfire's right here, but let me go ahead and jump off here. Quick save. Yeah, man, one day we need to be jumped on it, be streaming at the same time or whatever and catch up. I don't know if you watched one of my previous videos. I talked about basically what's been going on with my parents and everything. It's been crazy, but it's like things are looking really good now. They're at assisted living now. We're slowly but surely emptying out the old house and gonna have it ready for sale. Selling my dad's old car as well. I say old car, it's not an old car, but his car. But man, they're doing so well at this assisted living place. My dad was so excited to be there and just, yeah, man. So it was about 3 weeks since I had streamed, and it was because my dad broke his elbow, and he had I forget what it was called, but it's like when you break you break your bone, but it's not like you break a bone like here. It's like he chipped this piece off of his ulna right here. He had some swelling, and it was terrible, and he couldn't push with both hands to get up out of his chair. So, man, it was really hard. And so because of that, we had to be there to help him out of his chair, to like go to the bathroom and everything. And of course that made him weaker in his legs and everything. And with my mom's dementia, that was not helping anything. And so we started having the home care people come in like pretty much every day. And at one point we were like, okay, we're going to have them here 24/7 because we tried going like, well, first of all, we tried to get my siblings to help out and they were of no help. A couple of times they helped and came by and stayed, but we soon found out that we're like, no, these guys are not helping. You know, we sent out a text at one point saying, hey guys, here's how much it's going to cost mom and dad to have somebody here. Even just for 12 hours, it was like $400 US. And, you know, so, hey, let us know what shifts you can take to come stay with them. And we were like, I mean, after my dad broke his elbow, I had the next week off from work. Well, I didn't really have the week off because I was at their house every day, helping out and making sure they had something to eat and helping my dad out of his chair and my mom's dementia and all that kind of stuff. And yeah, we sent out that text and nobody even responded to it, not even like a thumbs up or anything. So we realized very quickly that they're not going to help. So we ended up having the home care people coming in 24/7. And, you know, it costs like $800, $700 something, about just under $800 a day for that. And at one point, I think actually maybe before, no, it was after my dad broke his elbow that my wife asked him, because we had talked about it. We're like, maybe we need to look at assisted living places. Like, you know, we were looking around. One place we didn't really look at it too hard, but we looked at one place and it was super expensive, and it was kind of like, no. But my wife at one point asked my dad, what do you think about moving? My dad was like, oh, no, I don't ever want to move. I want to always stay in this house. And we're like, that's not so great. Oh, let me look at what you wrote. She had a 2-bedroom apartment in a senior citizen complex with in-house nurses. That's kind of what, yeah. And that's kind of what you need. Like, you go, well, for my dad, he got to where he just couldn't take care of himself and my mom, you know, on his own. It's just too much work for him to do. So that's why we'd asked him, you know, what do you think about moving? And he was like, oh, absolutely not. Didn't want to, you know. We're like, okay, well, we'll have to come back to that, I guess. Just like when we first were going to get them at-home care, it was the same kind of thing. That was more, my mom didn't want people in the house, but we're like, okay, you don't get to make those decisions anymore because you just don't know, you know. But anyway, my dad was getting weaker with not being able to get up all the time. I can't remember. I know at one point we had him in the wheelchair to go from his chair, like he'd get out of his recliner into the wheelchair, go to the bathroom, be able to go to the bathroom that way. Yeah, dude, that's the thing. Breakfast and dinner was prepared. Um, yeah, my parents have a small kitchen, but it doesn't have any kind of like a cook stove or anything. It has a microwave, so they can have like their own snacks and like if they want popcorn or whatever that kind of stuff. It's fantastic, dude. And my dad was even my dad again. Let me back up. I mean, you can always watch my old video, and I explain everything about what happened and how everything went. But at one point, my dad, he always had prostate trouble with like enlarged prostate, where it's nothing cancerous, obviously, but is where he couldn't pee as well, couldn't pee as easily. So at one point, he would always use this little urinal, like the little mug looking whatever things, and he got to where he was not peeing very much. And one night he was getting up like 10 times to go pee, and he had to be helped up, like, and he was unsteady even once he got up, but he would pee like maybe that much into that urinal. And so one night we were going to go over there, and we were like, okay, this next week we're going to be there at night, and we'll come back home first thing in the morning. The caregiver will get there. We'll come home so we can get ready for work, go to work, come home, and stay at the. And it was like, we realized really quickly that wasn't going to work, because the very first night we had to take my dad to. Well, actually, we just called for emergency, called 911, and because he couldn't really pee, and he was hurting from not being able to pee. So it was emergency, but not exactly. I mean, it wasn't like, he's bleeding or something. Oh, cool. Yeah, I can send you a link to where my parents moved as well. It's beautiful. So we went to emergency, and it was just me and him went because my wife stayed with my mom. And they took, what was it? They put a catheter in, like a Foley, right? So goes right up into your bladder and all that. So you can pee. And I think the first amount of urine that he was able to relieve himself of was about 800 milliliters. Your bladder is only meant to hold about 350 to 500 milliliters, I think it is. So yeah, they actually gave him a little bit of morphine because he was hurting. And then before we left, it was another 350 milliliters. So he had like over a liter of pee that he ended up peeing out over, 8 hours while we were there at the ER and everything. So he was much relieved. But when I was sitting there with him, we're waiting for the doctor and all that, and we're chatting, and he realized, he's like, yeah, we need to look at assisted living. Because he realized that, like, my thing to him was, this is the third time he's fallen in 3 months. I was like, Dad, even if you didn't hurt your elbow as much, or even say your elbow was miraculously healed in a week, you're gonna fall again. You're gonna have this is gonna happen again. And it could be even worse the next time. It could be your hip you break. And that's, some elderly people, when they break a hip, it can cause so many complications that they end up dying from that, But let me look at this link real quick. Let me see if I can find the one for where my parents went to. That's, what, that is that Canadian, I guess? But that's about the same price of what my parents are paying. I think they're paying a little bit more. Let's see. Oh, here's a little virtual tour video. Hang on. Wait, let me mute. Oh, it's like condos. Okay. Why is it? Hang on, I want. Oh, it is 1080. Okay, well. Oh, there it goes. There it goes. Yeah, this is. Oh, this is huge, though, dude. So my parents, the place where they're at, it's 16 residents. They don't have a chef that comes out to get. They don't have this quality of food, but it's really good food. But it's not like a chef comes out. Yeah, this is much larger. My parents, it's assisted living is one building, and then right next to that is another building for memory care. Yeah, this place is much larger. James Patterson, nice. Oh, dude, I'm telling you, I told Sarah, I was like, if we can afford something like this when we get to that age, that'd be fantastic. Yeah, this place is huge, man. Um, so the one building, yeah, and there's an area for hair salon. It's not a full-on hair salon like this. But yeah, it's one building that's 16 rooms for 16 residents, and then memory care, which is where my mom may end up going after. Basically it's the same building, another 16 rooms for 16 residents. The cool thing for my parents, yeah, this place is cool, man. For my parents, they have two rooms and they're right next door to each other. So they told us, hey, they can have it set up however they want. They can have it set up like a bedroom and a living room. We're like, oh, that's genius. That's brilliant. So let's do that. So one bedroom, and it's like they're right next door to each other. They're like your bedroom and bathroom or whatever, you know. And both rooms have their own bathrooms and showers. So they have people who come and help them with bathing and taking a shower and stuff. And so one's a living room and one's a bedroom. But anyway, so my dad that night we were at the ER. He was like, "Yeah, we need to figure this out." Uh, Here, I'll send you this for. Here's where my parents went. Of course, there's a lot of like uh, pictures of seniors and whatever. Oh, this does show the suites and kind of the way they have them set up. But the way for my, I think theirs is suite the A and B suites, and they're mirrored. Uh, oh wow, they have premier suites. That actually has like a separate bedroom. That's kind of cool. Yeah, I think my mom and dad's is basically the A classic studio suite A is what they have. But anyway, so yeah, my dad was like, kind of realized like, yeah, he needs to, you know, and so Sarah, you know, she used her ADHD as a superpower, and we were able to find them. We toured three different places, settled on this one, which was the cheapest, but also the best. Um, and we got them moved in 3 weeks. We got them moved in 3 weeks. My siblings weren't happy about it because we didn't include them in the decision making because it's like, well, it's not your decision, it's Dad's decision. And he was excited to get in this place. We showed him pictures, and he was just like, "Oh, this is great! This is so cool!" And he was like, he realized this before, but especially once they moved in and saw the place, he goes, this is the same amount of space we have now. At least the space that they use at the old house. It's like, yeah, you use the living room and you use the bedroom and bathrooms, and that's it. Like they don't, you know, kitchen doesn't really count because he doesn't have to make dinners anymore. He doesn't have to figure out what they're going to eat every day. He doesn't have to plan that out. He doesn't have to cook, so that's fantastic. But yeah, my siblings weren't crazy about it because they were like, you know, it happened so quick, and they didn't get to put in their 2 cents. It's like, you guys aren't here. You don't make it a point to know more about what's going on with them. You know, we went so far as like we tried to make sure we had a sheet that showed all their medications, so that if somebody were staying to with my mom because we had to take Dad to the doctor's office or whatever, they would know. And none of them even cared. Like, I remember asking them at one point, I was like, yeah, their meals are, well, not that their meals were bad before, but yeah, definitely a lot more well balanced, I think. Um, but yeah, I mean, I would say, hey, do you want me to send you, you know, so you can have the file so that they can see what medication? And they're like, nah, they didn't need it. And the fact that even after my dad came back from the ER with his broken elbow, my one sister didn't check on him for like days afterward. We even saw a text from my dad to my one sister saying, hey, can you come over because mom's giving me a lot of trouble and she's agitated and everything else. And sometimes my sister can help with that. She didn't even respond for like hours late, like 3 or 4 hours later. And when she did, she was like, oh, I'm going to go close my eyes and I'll come, like it was 6 hours later when he asked for her help. And a lot of times they don't answer the phone. So we're just like, you know what? We're doing this without you guys. We're done asking and begging for help. We're just going to take care of this. And man, my dad got to where, so he had the catheter, and because of that, you go, oh, that's good. He doesn't have to get up to go pee, just to go poop. And that works pretty well, except, well, then he wasn't moving as much. So his legs were actually getting weaker. And then at one point, I think it was the weekend before the move, he was getting a cough, like he was getting a cold. So we had to take him to urgent care. And he got some antibiotics. And so that was the thing, too, that we were worried about, like him getting pneumonia. Because, again, he's sitting all the time. So he was, like, kind of deteriorating. He was getting worse. And my mom, still with dementia, being a pain and trying to get her meds straight and everything. But that's hard to do because dealing with my dad's physical stuff and dealing with her mental stuff. But we finally got him moved in, and what did you say? Dude, the thing is, you're not wrong. And the thing is, with my siblings, it's always been like this. I mean, even before me and Sarah got together, it was like this, where I would go visit every Sunday. And even like during football season, American football season, I would go over there and we'd watch the game and hang out, and I'd bring like some hamburgers or something. My siblings would visit like once a month, if that, you know. I know my eldest sister has her own medical problems, so I understood, like, yeah, you can't come over as often, but even phone calls, she wouldn't do too much because, it's stressful when you're having to talk to my mom and she's having an issue and agitated and all that. But it was like, you guys don't even answer the phone. When your parents call you, answer the fucking phone because it's your parents. And what if they're calling to say, I've fallen, I can't get up, or something is major going on? Answer the damn phone. So they've been doing this kind of stuff for a while. It's not even been like, oh, well, these last few months, but especially the last few months. My one brother, let's see, we have our basement dwellers, and they're always doing stuff around the house, mowing, etc. Yeah. My one brother, when we were first telling everybody, hey, they're moving next weekend, I told my one brother, he's a half brother. So my parents were married before. My dad has a son from a previous marriage. He lives up in Dallas, Fort Worth. It's like 3 or 4 hours away. So he doesn't visit very often. He doesn't call often. It's fine. He's not too much of an asshole, but because he doesn't talk too much to his dad, he kind of is in that way. Yeah, that's kind of some of my siblings. So my mom has 3 kids from a previous marriage, daughter who is the eldest, and 2 sons. The one son, he's like beyond black sheep. He does not come by. He forgets birthdays. He doesn't show up for Christmas, like all this. He's not there. And then I have my one sister, that's my like full-blooded sister. But my one brother, he was the first one we were telling about, hey, so speaking of moving, and we told him what was going on. And I told him how I didn't want to get mad at him, but it got to that point where I was having to explain to him, this is why we're doing this without you. And told him about, yeah, the one text message we sent and nobody responded to it. He goes, well, you got to send that. You got to send me a reminder because, I get 100 text messages and emails a day. And I was like, dude, you're an adult. I don't have to send you multiple text messages to go, hey, did you get my text message? if it's and it was within the group that we'd already been texting back and forth saying, here's how they're doing. Um, and then I think he claimed also that, I think at first he claimed he didn't get it. And then he said, well, you got to text me more than once. I didn't see it. I'm like, dude, you're not a child. Give me a break. And then my one sister, my full-blooded sister, she claimed that she never got the text message. And I'm like, bullshit, because this is a text message chain that everybody's been responding to. Everybody has seen it. So it's not like I made a new group and somehow somebody got left off. And sure enough, she pulls out her phone and she's looking. And I pull out my phone. I said, it should be the text message that starts with XYZ. She finds it on her phone. She just never looked. She never took the time to read it. And I was like, no, man, you guys don't get to say, why didn't you include us? Because number one, it's not your decision. It's Dad's decision. And number two, we did send you stuff saying we needed help, that they needed help. And you guys didn't respond. So whatever, man. I'm to that point where I was telling Sarah, I said, I don't care if they're mad at me. And they shouldn't even be mad at me. They should be mad at themselves that they haven't taken more of an active part in their parents' lives. I know it's like, hey, everybody's busy. I get it. But you can answer the phone. I even got my parents a little, I think I showed you at one point, Eastford, that a little love box. It's a little cube about this big. And it's a little thing you can set up to your router. Yeah, dude. Exactly. Yeah. Shouldn't have to send a reminder. Yeah, it's ridiculous that he even tried to make that point, dude. It was crazy. But we even got this little love box for them, and it's a little thing that you can send to it. The idea is like you can send messages to it, and it can just be a little picture, like a photo with a little text message. I sent everybody. I think I got it from my parents a couple of Christmases ago because I thought, hey, this is great. Even my mom can just open the lid and see the little message, and it's a little cute little "I love y'all," or whatever. Nobody has sent to it but me and Sarah. I remember at one point I said I was teasing my sister about how she doesn't send to it, and she was like, "Oh," like she took offense and was like, "Oh, I just don't have time," and blah blah blah. And I'm like, it takes 2 minutes to where you can attach a photo and just put "we love y'all" and that's it. And they get it, and the little heart spins on the front of it, and they can look at it, and it's just a cute, fun thing. They don't even have time for that. It's like, yeah, y'all don't get to, you don't get to complain, you don't get to bitch that you weren't included in this decision. You don't get that opportunity. Sorry, not going to happen. And even since this, they don't really care because we're over at my parents' new place every other day. When they first moved, we were there every day because we were like, okay. And Sarah had already started planning movers before. I mean, I don't know how she did it. It was amazing. I could have done it on my own if me and Sarah weren't together. I could have done it on my own, but it would have taken me a couple months to get all this stuff done. She got it done in 3 weeks, dude. 3 weeks. We had them moved. Actually, probably even less time probably less time than that because it was 3 weeks from the time my dad broke his elbow to they were moved in. So it's probably more like 2 weeks. Because we did all the paperwork. We looked at what my dad brings in every month with his retirement and everything, and how much they have in savings, and how much the new place could cost or would cost. Getting in touch with the VA, the Veterans Affairs Association here in the States, to see what help they could get there. We were able to get my mom qualified for hospice, so she gets a lot more benefits. My dad, he's in too good a shape. He's in too good a health to get that, but we had all this stuff we were getting all the information together for. Luckily, I had that week off, and I think the next week my wife had Tuesday through the next Monday off, so she was able to get all this stuff together too. I mean, it was so much work. We had so much stuff. All these notes we were taking, all these people we talked to, nurses, doctors, admin people. We even we're able to work with this lady that's like an apartment locator, but for senior living. And dude, it was so much to get this done. And now we're still kind of getting some stuff from the old house moved in with them. Like, oh, hey, I forgot that one picture frame I really like. Can you make sure to get that? Next Friday, my dad has a doctor's appointment. We're going to cancel that, but I'm still going to go pick him up and bring him back to the old house and basically be like, okay, Dad, let's go through all this stuff. You pick out stuff that you want to keep, just in case. I don't want to miss anything. So pick out stuff you want to keep. Everything else we'll either sell, donate, or trash. You know, but just all the work entailed with that, and trying to get the house ready. And luckily, we found a lady who works with like a veterans group. We're donating all their kitchen stuff. And so that's going to be good. So we're like, okay, cool. The kitchen it's not empty now, but it will be soon because they're going to come pick this stuff up. So, room by room, we're going to go and start getting rid of stuff, either trashing it, moving it to the new house, or selling it, or donating it, or something. But even with all that, the other siblings, they're not coming around that often. Yeah. What's funny about that too is like my dad he's been wanting to get rid of stuff at the old house. He's like, yeah, we don't really need this anymore. I need to just sell it or get rid of it. Yeah, Salvation Army, thrift stores. Yeah. Um, it's funny that he's been trying to get rid of stuff. And I tell him, Dad, don't worry about it. If it's not in your way, and if it's not like you need the money, don't worry about it. But he's been like, man, he's been wanting to get rid of stuff that's just junk in the house. Well, now he's finally been able to do that by moving to a whole new house and just keeping the stuff he wants to keep. So it's working out really well. And he's been so excited. My mom, she was actually surprisingly fine with the move. It's getting her pills set correctly, getting her to sleep at night, getting her to eat during the day. They've been fantastic to work trying to get my mom straight with all that stuff because her dementia and everything else, it's been challenging at the new place. I mean, it's been challenging anywhere. But my dad has had a PT guy coming to help him with getting strength back in his legs and all that stuff. He has wound care that comes by. My mom's medications are all through the hospice, and she has a nurse coming like I think it's basically every other day, coming checking her vitals and everything. My dad has a person come in, to check all that. And also he was able to get the catheter out, so he's able to go to the restroom without any problems. We actually went back at one point and had to have a new one put back in because he still wasn't able to pee. So new medication, the catheter back in, but then 2 weeks after that, he was able to have the catheter out, and he's fine now with that. He's able to stand on his own, no problem. He's able to walk with the walker. His physical therapy guy was able to help him walk to the dining area and back, supervised and, keep an eye on him and everything. But he's got the strength back in his arms and his legs now. He's still using the wheelchair for the most part, but he's got the walker as well. So he can stand and go pee and all that stuff, but he gets help with showering, and still uses the wheelchair for most everything. He's able to get a good night's sleep now. He's thriving. And yesterday we went up there to visit, and my buddy Richard and his family wanted to come see them and see how they were doing. And I'm telling you, man, the Laytons are amazing people. And so Richard, his girlfriend, his sister, and his mom all came up and brought like a little present, some cookies and like a card and a little plant, and visited for, I don't know, an hour or two. And we just kind of hung out in there's like a game room place. We all hung out in there and chatted and stuff. And my mom was awake and did really well. fantastic visit, hung out with them. It was great. And then finally, when they were leaving, uh, it was almost time for my parents to have dinner. Like the dinner, I think, is served at 5 p.m., I think. And so we asked my mom, "Hey, do you want to go eat in the dining room?" Because she hasn't been. She's, with her dementia and her mood hasn't been great. We figured she'll probably just eat in the room. Plus, she just had company. But she said, "I don't care." So we're like, "Hey, I'll take that as you'll go to the dining room." So when we left, we took both of them to the dining room, and they sat at a table for four with two other ladies. And my mom was doing great. So yeah, they are thriving there, and they are loving it. And I know my siblings won't ever tell me, "Wow, that was a really good decision you guys did. I'm so glad you all did it." And gosh, we sure were wrong. I know that's not going to happen, and honestly, I feel like I've only talked to my one sister, my full-blooded sister. I've only talked to her since, um, and haven't really said too much about, you know. I tried to ask her last time I saw her. I tried to ask her about, "Hey, what do you think of the place?" You know, and even when I did ask her that, she was just like, "Yeah, it's fine." I'm like, "Really? You're not going to say anything about how well your parents are doing and how little you had to do with that?" Like, I mean, I was worried that, worried it was the right decision or not. But my dad was like, "Son, you don't understand. This is amazing. Don't worry about that because he loves it there. He loves that he doesn't have to cook meals anymore. He doesn't have to figure out what they're going to eat every night. Yeah, dude, I don't know that they're going to be that way about the money because most everybody, all my siblings are doing fine as far as finances go. Nobody's in dire straits. I feel like it's mostly about they just can't find the time to care. And I understand we all have busy lives. I get it. Me and Sarah don't have kids. We just have the one four-legged furry kid, right? So I get that. And us being right down the street, that's kind of part of why we've been on the forefront of this. But even so, well, like I say, even after the move, you would think they would go, "Well, let's visit every other day." Not to mention that, so my one sister, my full-blood sister, she works part-time, but everyone else is retired. So they have time. They just don't take the time. Um, yeah, I don't think they're like that. I mean, we'll see, but I feel like mostly what it is they're just too busy. And I get it. You get busy and things, whatever, but you should always have time for your parents. At least answer the phone, right? That kind of stuff. I feel like even if you're super busy, you should still be able to say, "Well, hey, how's mom doing with her new medication?" Because she actually did start a new medication. Yeah, dude. I mean, I don't know. My thing is, I think it was my mother-in-law, my wife's mother, who said, "Well, here's the thing. When your parents do pass, you will have no regrets. Your siblings will. They're going to be regretting that they didn't spend enough time and blah blah blah." Um, yeah, dude, maybe, but I mean, I don't think they're like that for my siblings. I think mostly they just don't really care. It's not about they only care about money. I feel like it's that they just don't take the time, you know? We've involved ourselves with my parents' lives to make sure their medications are right, to make sure they are able to get to the doctor on time, to make sure they're able to follow up with, "Oh, we got to go to a specialist." Um, Making sure they had home care when it was just Thursdays and Saturdays so that they had some extra help. Um, and then after the elbow thing, we were like, "Okay, we got to step this up even more to figure out what's going to happen in the future." Um, but I've kind of gotten to the point where I go, well, like Mother's Day's coming up, and I mean we're gonna have Mother's Day at their new house. In fact, actually Tuesday there's supposed to be a family thing. Um, Yeah, that's the thing is like people forget like at some point your parents aren't going to be there anymore, and they're the only parents you have. Good, bad, or indifferent, they're your parents, and it's not about how they treated you growing up; it's how you treat them now. And I don't have kids, but I've heard having children is. I've heard one person say it's like having your heart on the outside of your body. I've heard you don't love your kids, you fall in love with them. And not like a romantic sense, but like they are just your world. And I'm like, okay, knowing that that's how somebody feels about you, answer the goddamn phone when they call. I mean, I've been in love a few times, and I can't imagine somebody rebuking that love and like, oh, I'll call you back later. That's horrible. So answer the phone when they call. Respond to text messages right away. Be there when they need you, because they love you unequivocally, without exception. I mean, they will do anything for you. My dad has said multiple times to other people in front of me that I'm the son he'd die for. So can't I at least answer the phone, right? Um, Anyway, all that to say, they are doing so much better. I'm going to call them today and see how they slept last night. And that's the other thing, with all this stuff, my dad having to take way more of an active um, role in their care. It's brought us closer. I mean, same thing with my mom. I mean, she's kind of narcissistic, but to a certain extent, when she is there and lucid, um, it's better. So, what did you say? Yeah, right, dude. That's the thing. That's what I was telling you on your Facebook post that you said something. You were talking about the 1 year of your mother passing and how you call her every Sunday just to chat. She Dude, that's such a fantastic thing for you to do. Just something simple like that, just to chat. Um, and then, yeah, then your brother, who was only an hour away, that sucks. And you go, that's his loss. And unfortunately, that I'm sure hurt your mother. Um, so yeah, your mother was so lucky to have you, man, because that's just the idea of calling to just chit chat. Say, hey, how's it going? What you up? What you been up to? Oh, you got that oh, we went to dinner the other day and it was great. Even simple stuff like that. Your parents love to hear how you're doing. Um, so yeah, dude, that's fantastic to hear that she had you for that, man. Um, yeah, dude, that's the thing. Oops, dang it, accidentally zoomed out. How do I zoom back? Okay, I've totally screwed up this how it goes now. Alright, let me just close that and make a new window. I totally screwed up my YouTube page. I tried to zoom in and stuff and it totally did not work. Okay, there we go. There we go. Okay, that's screwed up. 15 to 30 minutes every Sunday. That's the thing, dude. I mean, think about the times when you've been super in love with someone. Like, just all-encompassing love. Like, when you're younger, especially, right? You have that way too much in love with someone. Imagine if that person blew you off and made excuses why they couldn't call you, couldn't chat with you and stuff. That's how a parent feels. So you go, well, no, I don't want them to feel that way. That's my parent. That they've raised me and they've done a good job, and you know how they feel about you. So, I mean, my dad, the night before he was going to move, my mom was especially irritable and being a pain in the ass. And we had a caregiver there that night. And we were trying to not tell her about the move right away because we're not sure how she's going to do. But my dad, caregiver, called us twice at like 10 and 11 o'clock at night because my mom was being a pain, and just, we told her to give her a Tylenol, that'll help, whatever, and quiet her down a little bit, I guess. And then I think my dad took one too many of his pain pills that he had for his elbow, and he was kind of woozy and out of it. Hey, Gabe. And he was afraid. But then, so we had to go over at like 4:30 in the morning on Saturday morning of the move. And he was so scared because he was afraid he was going to fall again. But he needed to go to the restroom, and he was having a lot of anxiety because he hadn't slept. And my mom was making him crazy, and it was just a whole thing. And once we got there, he instantly felt better. And he told me so. He was just like, when you're here, my anxiety goes away. And I mean, I'm so glad that I'm able to do that for him. But got him relaxed and helped him to the restroom. The caregiver was there, and she did fine, but she was just, it was a lot for her, I think. Plus, she was new. She wasn't a caregiver that we'd had there before. But yeah, it all worked out, and man, it all worked out. So we're so fortunate, and I'm so glad that they're doing so much better at the new place. Now it's just a matter of like trying to get my mom's meds right. Hopefully we'll see how she did after we left yesterday, and I'm curious to see how she's going to do today. But yeah, now it's just a matter of like getting stuff with the house settled, the old house, and getting it sold, selling the car, and the whole deal. It's a process. And we could use the help of the siblings to get the old house, stuff moved out of there and trashed, donated, sold, whatever. But we're done asking for help from everybody. We're like, no, we'll just do it. I don't want their help. And we're at the point now where I'm like, yeah, if we have a get together for the family and my parents aren't going to be there, I'm not showing up. I'm going to be like, sorry, we're busy that day. Sorry. Like Mother's Day's coming up. We're going to go to their new place and hang out and do whatever festivities for Mother's Day and, all that stuff. But if it's just the siblings and it's like my parents aren't going to be involved or aren't going to be there for it, I'm not showing up. It's no, forget that. I've got my wife's family, that's a way better family, and I've got Richard's family, that's a way better family. This family, we get together at Thanksgiving and Christmas, but But anyway, yeah, I go into much more detail in my previous videos about what happened and, the whole sequence of events. Just look for the 2 videos before and after that 3-week gap, Yeah, that's the thing, man. It's like, and of course that's the thing too, like if we have, say it was around Christmas time right now, and we were like, hey, we're going to have Christmas at my niece's house like we usually do. Well, I'm going to go get my parents from assisted living. We'll go and pick them up and take them there. So it's not like they can't leave. It's just, we'll go and get them, and, we'll like they can still go places. It's just, if we have a gathering and my parents aren't there, then I'm not going to go because there's no reason for me to go. I told my dad, he was telling me like, hey, anything in the old house that y'all want, you and Sarah just take it. Like, just, whatever you want, that's fine. Like if you see, I don't know, whatever the item is. He was like, yeah, y'all just take it. I told him, Dad, I said, I appreciate that. But I said, Dad, the only thing in that house that was valuable to me is now moved into this new assisted living place. That's the most valuable thing to me. But I appreciate it, The only thing that I want from the old house is the lawnmower and the weed eater. That's like the only 2 things, because that's kind of our lawnmower and weed eater. So, in fact, I actually mowed their front and backyard yesterday, trimmed and blue and all that stuff, and then I did our front yard yesterday. So that's, yeah, I'd like to keep that. But everything else in the house, I'm like, no, my parents are what mean the most to me, you know. So everything else, I'm like, donate, sell, trash, you know. But yeah, so it's they've been doing really well, and it's an ongoing process with my mom and her meds and all that stuff. But my dad is loving it, and he's gotten stronger, and man, it's great. Oh, that's good. Yeah, that's the other thing we got moved over there to the new place too is my dad's paintings, and we're gonna print up some new photos because they have like a bunch of miscellaneous photos, and it's like, well, they don't have room for all those photos, and we don't really need it, you know. Yeah, my dad had told all the siblings in a text message. I helped him write it, but he was basically telling everybody, hey, you know, let me know when you want to go over there and get anything from the house. I can open the garage door on my phone. And okay, and they've done that. And I don't know, it did seem like they were more interested in the stuff in the house than how my parents were doing. And I don't know if they're just still a little butt hurt that they didn't get asked, what do you think? But sorry, you guys just don't involve yourselves. You don't go, hey, how did that doctor's visit go? Oh, they changed to her medicine. How's she doing with the new medicine? Call back the next day. Hey, is she any better today? Like they're not asking those questions. They're not involving themselves. So yeah, that's fine. But anyway, I'm gonna run. I need to get Sarah up. We're gonna get some breakfast. I don't know if I'm sure she's got garage sale she wants to go to today. We've been looking at getting my parents a new dresser. They have a dresser right now, but it's way too big for the new place. So we were like, yeah, that's gonna have to stay. Oh, and they also got 2 hospital beds. Oh, actually, you know what? I can show you. You know what, Eastford? I can show you what my parents' place looks like now. Let me find my most recent photos. Uh, where's the most recent photos of the room? Oh, and that's another thing I talked about yesterday. Yeah, dude, that's the thing. It was the main thing too is it was my dad's decision. It wasn't like it's not like me and Sarah made this decision and said, "Oh, this is what we're doing." Like, no, this is dad's decision. Uh, I didn't take a picture of their place yesterday because, of course, their place is like every time we go over there, we're bringing more stuff, we're hanging more pictures to make it look more their own, you know. Let's see. Here's a picture of one of the kitchens. Here's a picture of kind of the bedroom. Uh, here's a picture of like the living room. Here's a picture of my dad. Uh, here's a picture of their fridge. Bathroom. There's kind of a picture of some of what they got going on, and it's fantastic. He's able to use his TV from the old house, his big screen TV, so that's fantastic. He still has that. He's able to actually watch TV more now too, because with my mom's dementia, he wasn't able to really do a whole lot of TV watching because she would be agitated and everything else. But she's been doing better with that. So yeah, man, it's been great. But yeah, I'm gonna get some breakfast going for me and Sarah, and like I say, I'm sure she's gonna want to go to like garage sales and or like I say, we want to look at places for a dresser. We want like a small dresser, but just big enough so they can fit a few more clothes in there. Because right now we're using their nightstands for dressers, and it works, but they need a little bit more room. So either they need another set of nightstands, or just a small kind of like maybe 6 drawer dresser to put stuff in. Yeah, the outside the window, there's a nice little green area, but like across the street or whatever, there's not really much there. But it works. It's nice, and dude, they love it. My dad is just loving it. My mom, I think she's. I don't know if I could say she loves it because her, like I say, it's just her meds getting straight. But she's there with her husband, and that's the main thing. She's, you know, she always wants to make sure he's right there. She's very much like attached to his hip, you know. So as long as he's there, she's fine there. You know, she's got him there with her. Um, so yeah, it's great, man. It's been really, yeah, it's been great. My dad. So the day that we moved in, Sarah went back to our house here and was kind of preparing stuff, and her mom came to help us with the move too. That's the other thing. Like, no siblings came over to say, how can we help? You know, let us know what we can do. Nobody came. Nobody came to help with that. My sister offered, and we were like, no, we've got it with the move. We've got it. Don't worry about it, you know. They came over, I think they came over later they came over later that day of the move at like 4 o'clock later that day. So that was okay. Um, but that day of the move, Sarah was here, and the idea was I would put my parents in the car and we'd kill some time. We would leave the house, and at that point, Sarah and her mom would come to the old house, and the movers would show up and get the big stuff moved, like the couch, the 2 chairs, the table, the TV, stuff like that. Because obviously we weren't moving the couch and the beds and stuff. Um, and we actually went to the new place the day before to make sure the beds were in place, make sure certain things were there before we were starting to move stuff in. So I took my parents to Wendy's. We had a Frosty and stuff, and just hung out in the car and killed some time while my wife was here with her mother, or sorry, at their old house, getting stuff together, getting the movers come in, getting stuff packed up to move, and like within 2 hours, 3 hours total, got stuff moved to the new place. And at that point, I brought my parents to the new place, so we were able to like meet at the new place and see stuff was already moved in, chairs were in place, TV was in place, you know. Uh, and my dad, when he saw Sarah, started getting choked up and cried a little bit because he saw everything that she was able to do. And he was so happy. He was so just like, this is fantastic. This place is beautiful. His TV was in place. His chair was right there. My mom, surprisingly, was actually doing, she didn't do really well when we first got there, but once she settled in, it wasn't, and she wasn't upset about moving. It was just she was having trouble anyway. And the next day she did well. She ate dinner and breakfast and was, oh, man, she was doing really well that first couple days. And just getting her medications straight has made her better. And the staff there have been like, yeah, she'll get it. Don't worry, she'll get it. So, yeah, it's just been fantastic. And my mom at one point did say, it's a miracle about the move. So I think she's fine as long as her husband's right there. And getting her meds straight, that'll be getting her sleep schedule back on track and getting her meds straight. I think she'll do really well. Yeah, I think she was, it's weird, man. We thought she would freak out, the idea of like, oh, y'all are moving. Dude, she wasn't. It was really fantastically like strange. She actually was just fine with it. We thought she might freak out a little bit. No, she was fine with it. The director of the place, really nice lady, she was even telling us, I think once she realizes, like, no, she's not, her husband's, like, they're not being separated. Her husband's right there. She'll be fine. And she was absolutely right. As long as my dad's right there and she knows where he's at, she's been fine. As far as the move goes, you know, her other problems have just been being agitated because she would sleep all during the day and then at night she wouldn't sleep. People talk about sundowners. I never thought that was my mom, but it kind of is. So yeah, it's been a week or so of getting her sleep schedule redone and getting new medication on board, getting used to that new medication. But I'm telling you, man, yesterday she did really, really well. I'm curious to see how she'll do today and how she did last night after we left. Because we left at around 5. We were there from about 1 o'clock to 5 o'clock, something like that. Or maybe it was 2 o'clock? No, we got there at like 1:45 and we left at like 5. But they've been really great to help with her moods and her agitation and meds and all that stuff. So, man, it's such a relief and less of a strain for us. And we don't have to, like, before we'd come home and be worried about them the whole night. You know, I'd wake up at like 3 or 4 a.m., couldn't go back to sleep because I was worried about what was going on with them and how they were doing. And now we don't have to worry as much, you know. I mean, you'll always worry about your parents, but not to the extent before the move. So, yeah, it's been great, man. All right, I'm going to jump off and go and get either I'm going to make breakfast for me and Sarah, or she's going to want to go somewhere and we'll get breakfast on the way. So we'll see. Anyway, I'll be back next Saturday. Yeah, dude, that's the thing. Yeah, we can worry less because they have assistants there, and yeah, dude, it's been such a relief. Yeah, I'll tell her you said hi, man. Um, yeah, it's been times that I would tear up and cry a little bit has been happy tears, you know, knowing that the people there have been so helpful and just fantastic, just angels, man. Um, yeah, it's been a lot better. So I'm hoping I'm hoping she had a good night last night. I'm hoping she has a good day today. We may go over there. We definitely want to go there Tuesday because they're having like the last Tuesday of every month, they have like a family, you know, kind of thing, you know. Yeah, dude, Gabe, it's been y'all, if y'all are interested, look at that video, the stream that I did after the 3 weeks that I didn't stream. I kind of explained everything that had been going on. Um, but it's been better. I mean, my thing is there's still drama with the siblings, I guess. I mean, I haven't talked to anyone but my sister, my one sister. Everybody else I have not spoken to. And that's fine. To me, the reason why it's fine is because I'm like, no, the thing that's important is my parents are being well cared for. They're in a better place for their health and everything. They're happier. They're loving that new place. And yeah, it's working out. That's the thing that's important to me. So, yeah. But yeah, I'm gonna Friday. This next Friday, my dad has an appointment with a urologist, but we're gonna cancel it because he doesn't really need to have a follow up. He's good to go. But I am still going to take the day off from work, and what I'm going to do is go get him, bring him back to the old house, and let him start picking out stuff, anything he wants to keep. Everything else, we're going to say, hey, we're going to donate or trash or sell, you know. But I want him to make sure he goes through the whole house and go, keep what you want. If you have an old shirt you want to keep, an old jacket, you know, whatever it is. And everything else we'll just donate, trash, or sell. So that's the plan for next Friday, and then I'll jump on and stream some more next Saturday morning. So, yeah. All right, you guys, I'm going to take off. See you guys next Saturday. Boop, 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 boop.